Hello everyone. Today we are not going to be doing any lectures, but I wanted to introduce myself and tell you all how I went into nursing. So my name is Maha and I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 4 years now, and I'm currently a school nurse. And I also teach LPN students, so I'm an LPN instructor. I absolutely love teaching. I got my BSN in 2022 and my MSN 2026, and my MSN was in school nursing. So how did it all start? So in 2016, I started working as a pharmacy technician at Walgreens. I was paid $10.50 per hour, and I loved it so much. Just working there, I learned a lot about medications, and I was interested in going to the healthcare field, so I wanted to advance my career, and I didn't want to just stay a pharmacy tech. So one day I was speaking to one of the staff pharmacists, and I told him that I wanted to go into pharmacy school. And he was like, pharmacy school is really saturated, so why don't you look into nursing? And honestly, I was like, I never gave it a thought. So I looked it up, and initially I thought, oh, nurses work crazy amount of hours. But then it's basically, if they work in the hospital, it's 12-hour shifts for 3 days. So they work 3 days, and they can pick up overtime if they want. Right? So I gave it a thought, and at that time I had my 2 kids. So I figured this would be like the perfect schedule for me. Right? So then at this point, I was already out of high school for 7 years, so I had to take all my prerequisites. So in 2019, I enrolled into the community college, which was the best decision that I made financially. So I had to take AMP, Anatomy and Physiology 1 and 2. I had to take chemistry. And then as I was enrolling into the nursing program with a state university, I completed 30 credits towards the Gen Ed. And then I went into the state university and I graduated with my BSN with a GPA of 3.56. And I graduated in 2022, August of 2022, and I actually got my first nursing job September of 2022. And I started in the OR as an OR registered nurse. So my salary was, I was paid $45.66 per hour, which was a big jump from what I was making, around $10.50. And in those 3 years, I was at $15 per hour. So it was a big jump for me, going from $15 to $45 per hour. But I didn't last that long in the OR. I was there for about 6 months because I realized that OR wasn't for me. It's great, but it was just not for me. Then I went to a clinic, an allergy clinic, and I love doing allergy shots and the tests and all that stuff. It was great, but it was at a doctor's office, so the pay wasn't as much. It was, I think I took a pay cut. I think I was getting paid $38 per hour, but it was great. I learned a lot. I was there for about 3 months. And then I took some time off, and it was summertime. And one of the schools was looking for a summer school nurse, right? And it was temporary for 6 weeks. So I was like, oh my God, I should just do that and try it out. Because at this point I wasn't working. and they were paying me $62 per hour, and the hours were from 8 to 2, and it was for 6 weeks. So I made a good amount of money, and during that time I was like, oh my God, this is something that I really want to do. So since 2023, I've been a school nurse. So I was an elementary school nurse, and then I was a middle school nurse. And September of 26, I'll go back to becoming an elementary school nurse again. So in New Jersey, since I'm based off New Jersey, the school nurses need to be certified. And so I had my emergency cert for 2 years. They give you an emergency cert for 2 years, but within that time you need to get certified, or you can't practice as a school nurse unless there is a certified school nurse within the district. But obviously you don't want to take that risk, and let's say there is no certified school nurse in the district, then you can be, or sometimes different districts have different rules, so they want every single one of their nurses to be certified. So I went back to school, and it was about 24 graduate credits to become an instructional certified school nurse. And my coordinator told me that if you take 3 more classes, which is 9 more credits, then you will get your master's in school nursing. So I said, you know what, why not? Because when I get my master's, I will go up on my salary scale for the school. So yeah, so that's that. So 2026, this year I graduated with my MSN. How exciting. I'm getting like a 7K raise on the pay scale. And being a nurse, just being a nurse in general, is so amazing because there's so many side hustles that you can do, right? So I ended up also picking up some hours as an LPN instructor. And I do that's about anywhere from like 12 to 18 hours a week, which is not that bad. So yeah, being a nurse, you get so many different opportunities. And since I love teaching so much, I love teaching my students health classes, the staff members. I love training them. It's something that I enjoy. And now that I enjoy teaching my LPN students, I decided that I will start making YouTube videos and helping them with all the nursing content and subjects and the topics that they need help with, and especially because I want them to pass their NCLEX, because if you don't pass your NCLEX, you're not getting that license and you're not able to practice. So yeah, that's my goal, and that's it, guys. That is a little short story of how I became a nurse and what I do. If you enjoy my content, I would love the support. Please don't forget to subscribe, like, and share it with your friends, your family, whoever is in nursing school or considering nursing school. If you have anything that you'd like me to talk about, leave it down on the comments below. I'll see you next time.